are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
It's good to be here.
Thursday.
It seems like a week hasn't passed since
I
the last time
know.
we were here. Actually, technically it hasn't because we're recording a day earlier this week. Are we?
No,
we're recording a day
A day
later.
later this week, yeah. So, wow.
Wow.
It really has been over a week. And then I didn't see you, like,
At all
this weekend.
No, because on Friday, I didn't do anything. Well, I did. I went to drinks with a friend after work, and this was a whole ordeal that I don't think I've told you about. Oh, I'm sorry to get so into this right now, but okay, so I went for drinks with a friend, and then my son calls me, and he's like, Dad, I don't know what's wrong, but I'm stuck on the side of the road. So I have to leave the we're at a sports bar, restaurant kind of thing. I have to leave in a hurry, so I go up to the waitress, and I give her cash, and I get my card back, and I put it in my car, and I go. And I find him, and he's broken down. We're not sure if it's the fuel filter, or maybe it's the, it could be something as cheap as the fuel filter, or something as expensive as the transmission. So we don't know what it is at the time. Well, while we're doing this, I get a text message that I just made a $112 purchase at a clothing store. So I call Dan, thinking that he's using the card, because they're both off the same card, and he wasn't. And so I call the bank to tell them, and then they're like, we'll put in your card number. So I pull my card out, and I put my card number in, and my PIN doesn't work, and then I think, well, that card number didn't seem familiar, and I look, and I have someone else's credit card.
Oh, crap.
It's still a Chase card, and it looks exactly like mine.
Oh, no.
But it was their card, and they had my card. So it's not like somebody stole my card and was out, but they were using my card. So I had to call to tell them what was going on. Well, and then I'm sorry, like, this might sound racist, and if it does, I apologize. Address all the hate mail to me, Bill, at least at .tv. But, the call center was in India.
Well, of course.
And I couldn't understand a thing they were saying.
Yeah.
And they kept repeating themselves back to me. And then when I tried to talk, they would just cut me off. So I got louder, And then finally I'm like to the point where I'm demanding to talk to someone else.
Oh,
yeah, it's true. And I was like, I need to talk to someone else, and I need to talk to someone else right now. Because they're like, well, we'll have to wait till Tuesday until these transaction post before. I go, no, you don't understand. I'm telling you what just happened. This guy has my card. I have his. Do you want his card number? And so I give him his card number, and they close it down. But the guy was like, well, I can't transfer you to someone else. Our system doesn't allow me to do that. So you either have to talk to me or call back. So I swallowed it.
Bye.
And because I was already stressed out because I'm stuck by the side of the road with Aaron in his car. So finally I got it figured out, and it's all taken care of, blah, blah, blah. I went to the bank and surrendered his card. The good news about Aaron's car is we tried to drive it home because I called my brother-in-law, and he gave me a couple of options, and he said, well, it should be okay to drive home. So as we're driving it home, all of a sudden Aaron hears like a pop, and everything just drives fine again. So I think the fuel filter was clogged. He had almost run out of gas the day before. So like this weekend, we're going to just change out the fuel filter.
Oh, okay.
But he'd almost run out of gas the day before, and we think he just sucked some dirt up from the bottom or something. So, and then magically it worked again.
Well, that's great.
Which was good news, yeah. So I guess that kind of made it a little better. But and then on Saturday night, we went to a friend of Dan's. You remember Holly? Oh, I don't know if I should have said her name, but that's okay. You remember her.
Yes.
And we went to her mom's birthday party and out in Aurora, and that was fun,
Yes, I was making fun of her on Facebook yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Well, she was making fun of herself.
Making fun of herself,
which was great. It was funny, yeah, because, we had gone and seen Prometheus.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was a prequel to Aliens, but she didn't. And at the end, she was like, it was kind of like Aliens or something similar to that. And we were like, it was supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
It was pretty funny. But I might not have known had I not known. Except for the part where the guy... the thing comes out of his belly, and then there's the robot.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of like
that. Was a little bit. And I guess they're going to make a sequel now, too, or something. So they're going to continue on.
Well, that was one of those movies that, I hate that has no closure whatsoever.
It's like she's flying away. Spoiler alert, she flew away.
And then with Charlize...
and Charlize Theron could not turn left.
I mean, seriously, she's like, oh my God, this thing is rolling at me for 45 seconds, and I could run this way or that way and survive. But I'm not gonna.
The other bitch did.
Everybody did except for her. I know. She was just like,
oh no. So stupid. Apparently, they didn't want to pay her to come back.
I mean, I think they just wanted to make that effect so grand. They should have made it roll faster.
Exactly.
She was running for too long.
Speaking of that credit card thing, that happened to Holden a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Too. They had left a bar, and he was out with a bunch of people from work, and got home, and we were doing something online, and he had his wallet, and we were gonna buy it, and he's like, this isn't my card. I mean, literally within like 10 minutes of him, the person who had his card called and said, "Hey, you have my card." So they were able to exchange it at work.
Oh, that worked out good. Oh, they were friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's great.
So it was, work.
Well, I called the bar immediately,
whatever.
and they knew who the person was on the card, and they were like, "Oh, he just left about 10 minutes ago." I know, because he used my credit card to buy clothes.
Yeah.
The waitress there, she was so apologetic. She was like, I work Monday nights. Just come on in and see me, and I'll buy you dinner, and I'll buy you a couple drinks and stuff. I'm like, it happens.
If a bunch of people put, all these credit cards together, because we were out Friday night at dinner with a bunch of people, and all of us had thrown our credit cards into the, we had the list on the back. This card gets $20. This card gets this much dollars, and then it all comes back to you, and you have to sort through everybody's, and so you never know. And then half the cards, because of some of the state employees, have the exact same card.
Oh yeah, so it looks the same.
It all looks exactly
the same credit union or whatever. Yeah.
So that's why I have mine that looks totally different from everyone else's.
But that's, been a kind of, like today, I had to remember to go to the ATM so I would have cash to buy dinner for tonight. Because I never have cash. I always pay with my card. So it was kind of unsettling that I don't have it. And I still don't have it yet. It might be in the mail today, but yeah. I'm going to start carrying cash again.
I hope I get I had to do all kinds of stuff. I had to renew my driver's license. I had to renew my license plates.
Well, tell us about what you did that was so smart when you got your driver's license.
Great. Well, I tried to do it online. Because you can actually renew online now. And it wouldn't let me, so you can make an appointment to go down there and renew your license, which, I didn't even know this. I thought I just kind of
an appointment at the DMV?
Yeah.
Really?
So it was really nice. So I had the appointment, so I had to wait 2 weeks for the appointment. Go in, type in my
Now you have to. So let me just ask: you have to do it in far enough time before your license expires.
Yeah.
In order, because it wouldn't have been okay if you were expired and then went in.
You get. I think you get. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have went on the day.
But it was before it expired.
Yeah. So I still have 2 more weeks or something before, because it expires on my birthday this year. So, but I made the appointment online, and then you go in and you go to their little kiosk and do everything, and this little ticket spits out for you. And it's like, okay. And on the ticket, it even says, your wait time is 0 minutes.
Oh, my.
It's like, So I went and sat down, and they called one person, and then they called me. I was like...
Within, a minute?
Yeah, within literally a minute.
Nice.
So, and then I had, you're supposed to bring your proof of address and all this other crap. Well, I brought my passport thinking, that's my second form of proof or whatever. My passport doesn't have our home address on it.
No, it doesn't.
I had no idea.
Oh, no.
So I was sitting there looking at the guy oh shit. I'm like, I brought the passport. I was like, I don't know.
See, why isn't your driver's license proof of your address? You had to show proof of it last time, That's kind of silly, but stupid. Whatever, yeah.
But so luckily I had an old checkbook in the car that had the address on it.
Even if you had your registration in the car, that would have worked.
Yeah, but the car is registered under Holden.
Oh, I can relate to that.
Yeah. So I couldn't have taken that inside and been like, yeah, here.
It'd have been like, that's not you.
So, because even my insurance card, it's like I'm on everything, but I'm not the.
You could always list the one person first. On all the insurance cards, I'm on there, but on some of the bill, it just depends on who set it up. I can relate to that.
But it was really nice. I mean, the whole DMV experience was 25 minutes.
Well, and I was saying...
But they told me I couldn't renew it online because mine was a 10-year, and I had to come in and get a new picture. So
because it had been 10 years.
However, Holden's has been 10 years, and he was able to do his online. So there must have been something else that
they didn't want to tell you.
They didn't want to tell me, or... I thought maybe it had something to do with the bankruptcy or something, and maybe
an unpaid ticket you didn't know about or something.
Well, I know that's what I was afraid of, because I've had that before where I've gone and tried to renew my license and there was something bad on there, and I was like, crap, what do I do?
Well, when I went to get my Colorado license,
warrant. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me when I went to get my Colorado license too. Yeah, because when I lived here before, I had a speeding ticket that I never paid. Yeah, that was terrifying. She sent me home with a learner's permit.
Oh.
She took my license away.
Huh.
And so I drove. I was like, I told her, how am I supposed to get home? I've got my kids here. Well, that's not really my concern, sir. Nice. And those were her words. So I got in my car and drove home with my permit.
Well, yeah, I would have too.
I mean, come on. What's the cop going to do? Arrest me?
And then
here's what happened.
So they gave me, the piece of paper that says I've done all this or whatever.
Right.
And so yesterday I went to meet a friend up in the casinos here to go have a couple drinks, and I pull my ID out and show it to the girl, and I'm like, there's a big hole in my ID. Because they had punched
That's
it
why you need the paper with it.
Yeah, and the girl was looking at it. I was like, oh, wait. I I was like, no, wait, I do have this. So I was like, oh, thank God I have that piece of paper.
Well, at certain bars in town, they don't even want to accept that.
They don't want to accept the paper?
The paper.
Ooh, then I may not be able to go to a certain bar.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Or Friday night, we have to go.
We do?
I thought we were going to Retro. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, I think that's not till the 30th.
That's
I know what you're talking about.
22nd.
Really? I thought it was the 30th.
I got invited on Facebook, and it's on my events for this week.
Oh. I thought, oh, okay.
You're pretty.
I thought it was...
Unless there's two things coming up.
Party.
I wonder if we're talking about two separate things.
We are, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're going to a different bar for...
Right.
Friday night.
This Friday night. Yes. Not the standard bar.
It's Barracuda.
Yes. So I didn't know if we could say that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm saying Barracuda.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
I want Barracuda to...
Absolutely.
I would love to sponsor Barracuda.
We're going to go dance the night away. Even Dan wants to go, which is unusual.
So I actually hope
it's usually one or the other doesn't want to go, but...
I hope that bar actually lets me use the piece of paper.
As long as you have both, that's what you have to legally have.
I mean, I guess
if you have one or the other, they won't take it.
I could actually take my passport.
And save yourself the problem.
And save myself
But then you got to worry about holding on to that all night.
Yeah,
the license will work as long as you have both. Because that's legally, they have to take it. And the girl that don't want to take it be like, I need to see your manager, bitch.
Yeah. I'd be like, no.
She'll be like, I can't take this. And then Sharon will come out.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'd be like, yes, you
It's Barracuda. I am going.
I am going to Barracuda, Dan.
Do you not understand me, girl?
I forgot about that. I forgot that was this. Yeah, but then there's another.
You're talking about retro.
Yes, I'm talking
at the other club. Yes,
I'm talking about the retro.
And that is the following Saturday.
Dance, yeah,
or Friday.
That's the
Saturday.
weekend before my birthday, so I want to do that, and I also want to go see this. There's a drag show at the bar we're going to for Barracuda that I want to go see.
I'd like to go. Maybe. Yeah, I haven't been to one in a long time, and I'd like. I mean, I was gonna. I don't know what I'm doing with you for your birthday. I mean, I don't.
I was just gonna do something on that Saturday night.
And your birthday's actually on what day of the week?
On Tuesday.
The following Tuesday.
Yeah,
this next Tuesday or a week from this Tuesday?
From Tuesday.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, it's April 2nd, whenever.
I gotcha. Okay.
April 2nd, I'll be 30. 29.
And then magically the next day it'll say you're 29.
29
because I noticed that when I saw that on my feed, I was like, oh, she's 29 and mine has my age on it. And then your brother doesn't even have his age. Matt doesn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do.
I didn't know because like when I saw it, it was like Sharon is 29 years going to be 29 years old, and it said Matt, it's his birthday.
Oh, really?
I was like,
yeah, I don't put my.
I do. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. Well, I have my age on all the Grinder apps and all that stuff too.
Because it's in your username, your year. That's what I do too.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm 72 on the end of my username always.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I always tend to use my like zip code wherever I am on stuff like that.
You shouldn't tell people that.
My zip code?
No. Oh, I guess they don't know your zip code. But what if they find out? What if they trace us? And then they steal your identity.
No, but it's like my Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're like, I'm Sharon McGiddy's. Yeah. No, I'm Sharon McGiddy's. Like being John Malkovich. Everyone
we were talking about that last night. We were watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and they were doing. All the girls had to come up with their own kind of perfumes or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, what's the name of your
actual perfume or just the concept?"
They made their own kind of perfumes.
Really?
With, oils and shit.
Okay.
And then they had to do a commercial for their own perfume, and I was looking at Holden, and I was like, I know exactly what my perfume would be called. It'd be called Share Your Goodies with Me by Sharon McGoody.
That'd be a great name for perfume.
That's going to be my perfume. That's going to be my clothing line. That's going to be... And I was like, holy crap, I should probably go and, like, trademark and register the name.
You should.
In case. Like,
absolutely. You absolutely should.
In case one of these bitches watching this was going to go steal my idea now. But...
Dear Lordy.
Oh, well...
So we've got lots to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
I think we should take a break first before we delve into it because I'm a little low.
Yes, me too. Yeah, because I want to talk about. Well, we're gonna, we'll come back and talk about civil unions. And speaking of Facebook and stuff like that, how many of your friends have changed to engaged? We'll talk about that after.
Oh yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
So okay, we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
But so the civil unions. I've noticed that it was like literally the day after it went. So it's going to be worse probably after the bill gets signed.
Right, because technically it's not legal until May 1st.
Right. But there's all these people I keep seeing people on Facebook changing to engaged to or in a civil union with.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on.
Well, I mean, they want to be recognized for their relationship, and I don't blame them for that, but I think it's a bit premature.
Yes, I think so.
Now,
too.
I'm Jean-Luc Picard. Premature.
But I mean, and we talked about it on break and before that. Some people you've seen their entire lives go through on Facebook.
Jeez. I mean, I love him this week. I hate him this week. I love him. I hate him. I love him. I hate him.
And then they're engaged.
And now we're engaged. Well, that's okay. They'll help keep gay relationships at the same divorce rate as straight relationships. Exactly. So it'll be great.
Yeah, and the lesbians I think are going to put it at like a
oh my god
70%.
Seriously, lesbians are terrible.
It'll be like a 25% success rate or something because I think marriage alone is 40%.
I have to say that's not always true though. It's a total stereotype because like my ex, who is also a lesbian, has been with her partner for like 10 years.
Yeah,
so like
it's very stereotypical, but
because it's it just
and
depends.
That they move in. The first dates they bring a U-Haul.
Well, that's a true story.
But
though.
that is true.
No, that's what a lesbian brings on a second date.
Oh yeah, that's
U-Haul.
right. That's right, a U-Haul.
The first date she falls in love. The second date she brings her U-Haul.
But so by next week at this time, the bill will have at least.
The bill's going to be passed tomorrow, which is Thursday, March 21st.
Yes.
And so it'll be signed tomorrow. Interesting enough, let me just kind of get off topic for just a second. And today was the day that Governor Hickenlooper was signing a bill for gun control.
Yes.
Several of the bills that, a lot of people have seen on the news that are passing here. And last night, the Department of Corrections executive director was shot and killed at his home.
Yeah.
Somebody knocked on the door and shot him. And then today he had to sign that bill about gun control, trying to curb gun violence, and here was this high-profile shooting the night before.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they're just everywhere anymore.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It really is kind of
ridiculous,
freaky. I mean, somebody could shoot me in a car because I cut in front of them or something,
right.
like by accident even, like they don't care. People are just crazy.
I know, it's ridiculous anymore, but some people don't see it, but a lot of people still don't see it as anything bad. I also saw there was I don't remember what city it was in, but there was a 11-year-old boy that got like an AR-15.
Right, and he posted a picture with it, and he was all proud of it because his dad gave it to him for his birthday.
And then like Child Protective Services and everyone came to the house and
which they can't do. I mean, that's government overstepping its bounds. You can disagree with him buying his son a gun. I disagree with him buying his son a gun. However, if he wants to buy his son a gun, he can, and that is not a crime. And you cannot send Child Protective Services to people. I mean, that is why kids are out of control and shoot up places because you can't discipline them. Otherwise, Child Protective Services comes in and then you're involved with the courts and all this kind of stuff. It's a big dramatic field. Like
it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Which one do you have?
I have several.
Oh,
okay, but let's get back. So we just wanted to take a moment to kind of talk about the irony of that and how sad it is.
Yeah, it's very ironic, very sad, and it was actually kind of close to my household.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
But back to civil unions, which is going to be signed tomorrow, which is great. It's a huge step forward. We're being treated as equals to married people. However, it's still not federally recognized.
Right. So
which I honestly think that's all going to change after.
I have a feeling.
Because the Supreme Court's going to talk about it the week of March 27th, which is next week. All these cases will be heard. Proposition 8. And DOMA.
Defense of Marriage Act.
Yeah, Defense of Marriage Act. And so those will both be discussed. Of course, we won't get the results until like June.
Right.
But the fact that, there'll be all kinds of speculation because of the comments of the justices and everything. But I really think by 6 months from now, we will. I honestly believe that the tide has changed and we're going to have the same legal protection.
I think at least by the next election, like in 2 years, I think it'll be a big.
Absolutely, and anybody that's run for it, that's going to be that's going to be. It was a hot topic this last election too. It wasn't discussed nearly as openly as I'd have liked. But
I think the next, when we vote out senators and.
Well, this is another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about in terms of civil marriage. So. Now, this happened almost a week ago, so it's not as current as I'd like it to be.
Right.
However, I want to talk about it.
Well, some of the stuff, I mean, we have like a week of
Like where we gather,
It's like, oh,
we're information gatherer. We're hunter and gatherers in the week.
So
and
yes,
like,
it's already happened.
gather all our things to talk about. But so this huge senator in the GOP party, Rob Portman, announced his support for same-sex marriage. And he says, I have come to believe that if two people are prepared to make a lifetime commitment to love and care for each other in good times and in bad, the government shouldn't deny them the opportunity to get married. Mm-hmm. Okay, that is awesome. You know, and I saw this post on Facebook, and everyone was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, is this the guy that has the gay
He has
son?
a gay son.
Okay.
His son came out to him. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what prompted this. It made it personal for him.
Yes.
You know, and I was reading all these people on Facebook. I love it when that happens to haters and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? That's what changes people.
That's what does change people.
That is what we need to happen, you know? He's a GOP, like, you know, he's not one of the big ones, but, you know, he's well known in the party. You know, and the fact that he changed his stance on that, that's huge.
It's
you know, because if the Republicans were to adopt that, they'd have a lot more gays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that are only gay because of the gay marriage.
Right.
I mean, that are only Democrat.
They're only gay.
They're only gay so they can get married. It's all for the benefits.
I'm gay for gay marriage.
I'm gay for gay marriage.
But I saw, too, they were asking, I think it was on Meet the Press or something, they asked John Boehner, whatever. They were asking him, like, well, now, if one of your children, would you change your stance? And, you know, he said absolutely not.
Well, he can say that all he wants because he believes his children are straight. It's all right. He might have a gay child.
I assume Mitt Romney's he's got like 14 kids, so chances are.
Well, they'll never know. They'll be one of the ones that are married.
Yeah.
And then they'll be on like Craigslist or they'll be at the bookstores, you know, bringing home diseases to their wife.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Or the pastor. You know, they'll be the pastor somewhere.
But, okay, so what do you have next?
Well, I don't know. Just, I mean, even on the same kind of lines, like there was a gay marriage poll that you sent me too that Reuters discussed.
That is great.
That it's up to like 63% now. Which is
majority support benefits for same-sex couples by a Reuters poll. Absolutely. They surveyed 2,886 people, and and then in the bigger poll of 24,455 people between January 1st and March 14th, found only a quarter of Americans opposed same-sex marriage or civil union, although there were deep regional differences of opinion. The South. Overall, the Reuters poll found 63% of those polled supported gay marriage or civil unions.
Huh. And by South, we mean Colorado Springs.
And even 41% saying they should be able to marry. You know, that's not a majority, you know, people want us to.
But I mean, that's 41% is still pretty good with the plus or minus.
Considering when we were growing up and all gay people were child molesters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we have come, like the young people today don't even understand how far we've come. It was hard to come out back in the day.
It was.
Like you didn't just come out and it was
But
okay. People sent you to asylums and like it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
You know, they have it great since the internet and thank God for that. But
it was great
tough.
to come out in like the early 90s, like late 80s, because of all the coke.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I was married in the early 90s.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I didn't come out until 99 to my mom.
Okay, yeah, because there was shit, it was party central in all the bars.
I'm kind of glad I missed that.
Yeah.
You know, and had kids, because, like, the kids will be grown when I'm in my early 40s, and, like, you know, I would have never had them any other way.
Yeah,
and they were the best things ever happened to me. So I don't regret that, although it would have been fun to be at all the Coke Feud parties. But I went to several in my day and learned a lesson from that. So
yeah, exactly. They're fun.
So I had my time.
It's fun. But then, in Santa Fe.
Oh, yeah.
I guess and you have.
I have the printout right here.
If I'm misquoting it.
Please.
But he was, the mayor wants marriage licenses to be offered to same-sex couples because there is absolutely no law on the book that says yes, no, whatever.
Right. He says the law is too vague.
Too vague.
And it doesn't specifically say it's a man and a woman.
Yeah. So, hey, never know.
But I did read it, as I read further into the article, it's really more of a political thing for the Supreme Court because the woman that works in the clerk's office or whatever office would issue the certificates says that she started for a short time to issue them in 2004, and the state attorney general had her stop.
Oh,
and so she said she's legally not able to do it, even though she would if she could.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and but you know, so it's really more of a political thing. But it's totally great. I mean, like, he's getting the word out there. He has a lesbian daughter. You know, so once again, it's when it becomes personal to someone. You know, and that happens so often because now that it's okay to be gay, people are. You know, and, like, everybody knows somebody who's gay anymore.
Well, it's okay
not
to be,
like it used to be.
It's okay to be gay. It's not okay to be really gay.
That's
like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know, and
wow.
you know, and I'm kind of like a gay hater when it comes to that because, like,
too.
I didn't want to be gay when I was younger because I didn't want to be that super flamboyant, stereotypical gay. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I didn't want to be that, and I thought that I had to be if I was gay. I didn't know that there were gay people that you'd never know unless they told you. You know,
just because you're like look butch.
Doesn't mean you are.
You are.
Like, the worst thing is when they open their mouth and their purse falls out.
Purse, yes.
Hey, sister, nice to see you.
Like, hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. I love that one when I hear that.
Hey, girl, hey.
I know what she's talking about.
I just watched that video again today, too, even. And it is.
That is
the
funny.
video is like a big bunch of bear guys. But yeah, I don't know. I get real, you know, and some of the, I think it's, you know, it's a progression because I think
it is. It totally is.
When I was, you know, in my early 20s, I was probably a little bit more. I think because you could, you know, you were at the bar, you could be a little like, wee, yay, Madonna's on.
Oh yeah, well, I'm certainly more gay around my gay friends than I am around. Not that I try to be two different people, but I just naturally am. The more comfortable I am, the more gay I am. It's a true story.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, it's
like
true.
You know, I sound super gay because I'm sitting next to Sharon, but when I'm at work, I'm like, yes. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yep. Nice to meet you.
Well, and we talked about that.
Like, and I don't mean to be like that. It just kind of naturally happens.
We've talked about that before too, where I was, I had that friend in high school that I used to kind of watch, you know, because I didn't want to have like a girly walk or anything like that. You know, I wanted like.
You wanted to be butch.
Yeah, like
masculine.
Yeah, I wanted to be masculine. Yeah, so, which I'm the most unfeminine woman there is.
You truly are. That is true.
Like,
if you had a penis, you would be a man.
Oh my lord! If I had I have a penis.
I mean, Sharon. I'm talking to Sharon.
Sharon's got one.
Okay, fine.
It's not a big.
All right, so Sharon's a man. The secret's out. I thought I was holding a big secret.
Oh yeah, it's big secret.
Now everyone knows. Great.
Big secret. Sharon's a dude.
That's funny.
But one of the other things too was the Pope. You know, of course, we get the new Pope, whatever, Pope Saint Francis or
Francis the First.
Francis the First. So, you know, of course, he comes out and says gay marriage is, what was it, a destructive attack on God's plan.
He says that. However, you know, and I've seen that, you know, and I've seen lots of things saying how anti-gay he is. However, I read today on MSNBC that as a cardinal, he supported civil unions.
And Argentina also legalized.
So he's not opposed to our relationship. Right. He's opposed to calling it marriage. I got to give him that. If that's what he truly believes, as long as he's like, but give them their right, just call it something else, then I'm okay with that. I really am. Like, it doesn't really have to be called marriage to make me happy. I just want my legal rights, just like my mom did when she married my dad, or, you know, anybody else that marries anybody else of the opposite sex.
Exactly. Yeah, but then the other thing I read, and I don't know, I didn't see any follow-up on this one either, that gay adoption is a form of discrimination against children.
I did see that.
That was a little...
However, I didn't research it very well, and I like to do that before I kind of... But if that's what he believes, that's so untrue. My kids are great.
Well, they're not adopted.
You've met them.
Yeah.
But they're raised by two gay dads. I mean, and then they were raised by two gay moms before that.
Right.
You know, and they're great kids. They have good manners. They're polite. You know, no matter where they work, no matter where they go, people adore them. You know, like they're good
that's because they're
kids.
Really good kids.
Because they were raised right. And that's because we were raised right by our parents. That's not because we're gay or straight. You know what I'm saying? It's just you learn what you learned growing up. You know, and my mom did a good job. Her mom did a good job, so we did a good job with our kids. You know,
exactly.
And that's the way that works.
And that's how that
happens. You can say whatever you want.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I think it. I don't.
Well, people in my life that have been close to me have even told me that they thought it was going to ruin my kids, and then other people in my life have done the traditional thing and have kids that, you know, have not fared as well as my kids. Right, You know, I'm not going to say all that, but, you know, and it kind of gives me a little bit of internal satisfaction, like, you know. I mean, I know that's kind of a jerky thing to say, but...
Well, no, it's true, because, I mean, it's just, I've seen people raise...
Love is love.
Kids that, you know, I have family members that are raising children that are going to be messes, and it's because... they were raised as a mess.
That's right.
You know,
I mean, it's just what you learn.
Before them were raised as a mess. I mean, it's just...
You know, thank God. I'm so glad that my kids are good because I know that my grandkids are going to be good.
Then they'll be good, yeah.
You know, and I don't have to worry about them, you know. And to know that already, you know, my kids are young. They're only 19 and 17, but, like, they're just good kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're like I was when I was their age. You know, they think about other people's feelings, and so people should do that. You know, this is the whole, like, I'm going to sound, like, totally on a soapbox right now, like some old man bitching, but, like, this is, like, people said the 80s was the me generation, but no. This is the instant gratification, all about me generation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is all about them, and they truly have no respect for their fellow man. No, like, I truly believe that sometimes when I'm around, like, a group of really young kids. And, like, just the way they are. Now, I know they're not all like that, and that's a stereotype.
Right.
But there's a lot of just people that just don't give a crap about anybody but themselves all over the place. And it's just weird to me. Like, I don't remember it being like that. I remember people that, like, were like that before people talked about. Like, that wasn't the norm. And now that's the norm, you know? I mean, it's...
And now that, yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I don't know.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
But let's talk about more about, like, good triumphing over hate.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, have you heard about this?
The Westboro, yes.
The Westboro Baptist. So, across the street from the Westboro Baptist Church, and I've got the picture right here, there is a house, and I didn't really read this article that well. I know it's some kind of organization. Okay, so this man named... Okay, so we all know who Westboro Baptist Church is. They pick at all the soldiers' funerals and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Well, you know, they're known for their God Hates Fag signs. Well, this gentleman named Aaron Jackson, he helped found this thing called Planting Peace, which is a charity that has, in the past, assisted orphanages, rainforests. Basically, it just does good, okay? They bought this house across the street from the Westboro Baptist Church, and they painted it a rainbow flag color. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this picture, but I've got the article. Maybe I'll leave the article with you. Maybe you can, like, and just kind of pop the picture back here. But I just think it's great. So now every time those church members drive in and out of their driveway, they're going to see that huge rainbow flag on the house across the street from them. You know, like, I'm sorry. Like, okay. I truly believe, and I may be going out on a limb for saying this, and if it's too political, you just tell me, but I truly believe that God loves fags. You know, I believe in God, and He made me this way. Like, well, I didn't just become this way because my mom raised me wrong, or I'm a genetic mutation. I'm this way because God made me this way.
It has nothing to do with. It's just that we're people. You know,
well,
gays are people, blacks are people, Asians are people.
Everybody is
God
people.
Loves everyone.
But, you know, like one of the best things I read last week was Christian Chenoweth. Y'all know we love Christian Chenoweth, and I'm going to tweet her right after this episode and tell her how much. But last week, she, in an article or in an interview, she said Jesus would be horrified by the way that Christians treat gay people.
Yes.
Jesus would be horrified. I mean, that's a strong statement, and she's absolutely right. He would be.
He would be.
He would be absolutely horrified by all these self-righteous people that are judging everybody but not looking in their own closet. You know, that is, you know, like I said for a long time, I have no problem with God. It's His fan club that I have a huge problem with.
Oh, and
His fan club.
Well, speaking of Twitter, we are missing someone tonight.
Hi, Casey. Oh, he's not there. Casey's in the motherland.
Yes,
he is. San Fran.
He's in San Fran.
So we miss him, and he may, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, we may see updates.
We'll see him soon. We'll see him when he comes back. We miss him, but yeah, we didn't even mention that he wasn't here. We drink sometimes. I'm just saying. But we miss you, Casey. We hope you're having a good time.
Casey, hope you're having fun. So
yeah, and well, then his partner's going out there too, and they're gonna like hang out for like the last couple of days that he's there because he's there for really like a school thing, and where he has to be doing like he's actually with a group the whole time he's there, so he's not like really there to have a good time.
Yeah,
but after that time is over, he's gonna hang out with his boyfriend and make a weekend out of it. His boyfriend just had his birthday last week, so it'll be fun.
All right. Well, I think we should take another little quickie.
I think we should take another quick. Wait, because we're still on politics. I do have a couple more things I want to talk about because we're going to talk about and be like all like super like, oh, we love Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Even though we don't.
Because I want to talk about those.
But like you saw the video that your friend Heather posted about what North Koreans.
Oh no, I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do after the.
Okay. Well, how about this?
We'll talk about the North Koreans.
And then we talk about this at that time as well. Another one.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick.
No, I didn't even see this
like
one.
I read online today, okay, so a British woman backpacking across India climbed through a window and leapt to the ground to escape an attempted sexual assault by the manager of a hotel close to the Taj Mahal. Okay, so what is the frick is going on in India where they're raping every woman that
Good
walks the face of
Lord.
the earth? What is wrong with those people in that country? Like, I
That
don't
is
get it. No
crazy.
offense to any of my Indian friends. I mean, there's like a billion Indians, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
And you
they're not
mean-
all like that.
You're talking Indian curry, not casino?
Dot, not feather.
Okay.
Either one was offensive, no matter
right.
which scale we used. They were both offensive. But she did jump out of a window to escape a rape.
That
And like then
is
there was that
crazy.
gang rape of the girl, and there was another rape of another tourist
Yeah.
not too long ago. I mean, it's out of control over there. What the hell is
Good
wrong with those
Lord.
people? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's a little bizarre.
Seriously. But on the other hand, let me talk a little bit about the. Oh, okay, in Ohio, in Steubenville, there was that rape case where the high school student supposedly raped this girl, allegedly. Well, now they've been convicted. I'm sorry, okay? Don't get me wrong. But these guys, now I feel for that girl, and she was taken advantage of. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to totally get hate mail for this. I feel for her. I understand. However, she was out with a bunch of boys, drunk to the point of being passing out. They were all drunk too. And yeah, that's what teenage kids are going to do. And now they're going to have to pay the rest of their life because that little tramp
Because she
was there
decided.
with them getting trashed, and now she wants to blow the whistle on them.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been there doing that. Yeah, she has. They're called regrets, and you learn from your mistakes and you don't do it again. You don't ruin somebody else's life because you made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. I haven't read about that.
Oh yeah, they're all sentenced. I mean, they can only do so much because they were charged as juveniles,
Yeah.
so it's only until they're 21. But then for the rest of their life, they have to report
They
as a
have
sex
to-
offender.
Lord.
You know, so many people are like have that stigma that had sex with a girlfriend that was 2 years younger than them, but she was 17 and they were 19, and the parents sued. You know, there's a lot of people that are sex offenders because of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or just be
But
just-
I'm sorry, that's gonna get me hate mail, and I'm really sorry about that. But I'm sorry, like you've ruined those kids' life because you were cheap, and it's sad that it happened. But you should learn from that,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't do it again. You don't ruin somebody else's life because you made a terrible mistake.
Exactly. I know. I was actually kind of worried about. So Heather and a bunch of they're all 40-year-old women, but they were going.
Oh yeah, down in Mexico.
They're going down to Mexico. They went down to Mexico.
I saw
for
some
a
of the
big-
photos on
a big
Facebook. They're having a
party.
good time.
And I was kind of worried. I was like, okay, well, it is like spring break week, and
Well, there was
You know,
the
it's
rape
like-
of those Spanish tourists. There was
Yeah.
the shooting at that bar not too long ago in Acapulco. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it can happen anywhere. These were all out of touristy areas.
Right.
Let's emphasize
Yes,
that. Like we're not
exactly.
trying to scare people
So-
from going to Mexico, but still be aware. You know, like be in safe places. Don't wander off.
yeah, and I do believe all the girls are back today. I think today was their
Was today their day
come
back?
home. Yeah, so if they made it home, good. They didn't come home kidnapped.
They didn't come home kidnapped, so that is good.
Well, like I have another friend that every time she goes to Mexico by herself, I'm like, oh, you'll be fine because you're not blonde.
Oh, true. Like she'll fit in because she's brunette. They'll think she's
Well,
Mexican.
no, it's just not that. Brunettes don't get kidnapped and raped and murdered.
Only blondes.
Only blondes. You know?
Blondes really do have more fun. All right, let's take a break
Let's take a
because I know
quick
you have
break.
some things you want to talk about,
Yeah.
and I need another drink.
Yeah, okay. We'll be right back.
Bye. Okay, so we're back.
Yay.
So I wanted to talk about the North Korea video, but like
Yes.
you have some
Yeah,
things to talk about.
That's
So.
North Korea. I had North Korea and then really like other stuff. Doesn't
We love
matter.
gossip.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the North Korean video. So like perhaps like I can leave this with you, and it's got the web address.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps we could link to it.
I can
don't
link to
know.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
and
find
like
a link
I don't.
to it.
We can't play it behind us. That would be odd. Or
Yeah.
should we play it?
How
How long is it?
I'll put a
4 minutes and 31 seconds.
yeah. I'll put
so
a link.
that's too long.
I'll put a link to it in our comments below.
So perhaps you should pause and watch it, and then come back because we're going to talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Seriously.
So yes.
Okay, so what are your
Good
thoughts
video.
on it? First of all,
I thought it was. I've laughed so hard.
it is
I
ridiculous.
thought I was gonna pee. Like
It is like some cheesy video from the 50s.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not. It was just made, you know?
Yeah.
And like, it's all about America, and it shows a city like New York that's getting blown up by a nuclear bomb,
Right.
and how we all live on the streets.
live in tents
And
on
we
the
live in tent cities, and we drink
and-
coffee made from snow.
what the fuck does that mean?
And
What was our snow coffee?
I
didn't-
because there's no running fresh water here.
Oh.
Because we're foul Americans. I mean, they don't come out and say that, but that's what they're implying.
Okay, I didn't understand like the snow.
It's ridiculous. And then they're like, okay, so the pictures that they have are of all these homeless people in the wintertime.
Yeah, and I didn't know if it was like some of the Occupy stuff.
Or maybe it was some of the Occupy Wall Street.
That's
it could have been, well, they look like homeless people.
Look like homeless
but it's not a far stretch. I'm just saying.
I mean, are we done with occupying?
I think we kind of are. I don't know. Maybe it's still going on in New York, but they cleared it out here, and now they finally took the fences down around the park. So you can go enjoy the park again.
Okay. But anyway, our snow coffee.
So, like, they're all talking about the snow coffee and all that. And, like, they're filming in the dead of winter trees that all the leaves are off of because it's frozen cold outside. And there's no birds because they all flew south. However, the video says, notice there are no birds because they have eaten them all to sustain themselves. Yes. I mean, it's like this totally, like, serious guy. It's just so ridiculous.
Tuesday. We only eat birds on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Because that's the only day we can get any meat whatsoever. It is ridiculous. And do people in North Korea really believe this?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely one of those propaganda. You know, it
is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I just think it's hilarious. Like, it's funny that it's become so viral.
Well, I mean, they're serious. I think that's why it's so funny is that they are totally trying to pull that off. And those people are all wearing our jeans and, like, you know, they can say whatever, but, like, they all want to be us, no matter what the government says.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like,
it's just ridiculous.
Kim Jong-un or Kim...
Did you read that article on Facebook today about him? And it was a total, like, slapstick article, and it was like, why do you think that you don't instill a sense of fear into your constituents or whatever he calls them, like your dad did. And they said, someone piped in, oh, it's that haircut. No one can take him seriously with that haircut. True story.
And how short he is. Like,
he's so little. He's so little and cute.
Just a little Korean man.
But those people, like, okay, like, I don't want to be, like, alarmist or anything, but, like, that's the kind of shit that can start World War III.
Exactly.
You know, because like China and Russia are going to be on their side, and like we're going to be with Europe.
I don't know if China would be on North Korea's side. I think.
Well, they finally like posted some things where they were like telling them to kind of snap out of it. Yeah. You know, like, which is kind of comforting for me because I really did think that. But Russia would totally be on their side.
Oh yeah.
Russia everyone thinks Russia's not a problem anymore. That's not true. They could totally turn on us like that.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to be like. It's not going to be Al Qaeda. It's going to be somebody else. Like, it's going to be North Korea. It's going to be
something is going to happen that's going to cause a flashpoint, and then all of a sudden everyone's involved.
And then everyone,
you know, it just happens like that. You know, you never know what it's going to be.
It'll be the India. They'll come after us and rape us.
They rape everybody over there, apparently. Like, I mean, seriously, what is wrong with those people? Not the ones that live here. They're totally like us. But
I don't know. So after seeing that, I know we were kind of in a thread on Facebook with it, and I had posted that. And I was like, oh, that's where all my hummingbirds went. I was like, someone ate them on a Tuesday. I was like,
seriously.
And it's just the way that they say it in the video, too.
They're so serious.
They've eaten the birds.
They've eaten the birds.
On a Tuesday.
I mean, it's so drab and, like,
and they make
serious.
They make their coffee from snow.
And they're like, and they try to look European by mimicking European cities. I don't know if that's the exact term. And then they show, like, pictures of courthouses with the columns and
they
stuff.
Live in tents.
They live in tents.
But
it is ridiculous.
One of the other like things that has kind of gone viral too that I wanted to talk about was the woman who stole I guess the guy had left the iPad on the bus or something, and it was stolen. So this woman stole his iPad, and she's been taking pictures and stuff with it. And it's loading up to his cloud.
Oh, to the cloud. So sure, of course it is.
He has pictures of this woman, like taking all these pictures of herself. Like, this is the person who has my iPad. If you know her, I want my iPad back. You know.
Like, why didn't he go to the police? That? No, I didn't see that.
Because I think he like posted it on Twitter and Facebook and everything. So he's posted her pictures.
People are so stupid. If you're gonna steal something, you change all the information in it. I mean, not that I would do that, but I mean, I would know to do that if I was gonna steal.
You know, but all of her pictures.
I'm not retarded.
You know, it's all like the duck face,
mentally challenged.
All the stupid duck face pictures and. You know,
all the girls on Facebook.
Yeah.
And always from up. Okay.
Have you seen?
I got to tell you that a friend told me that the whole secret to having a good picture is that you hold your chin up and out just a little bit. And like, so you can't tell from frontwards. Yeah. I'm just smiling and I look like I have no double chin.
Or you take it like.
But like if you see from sideways.
You know,
I mean, it's totally ridiculous, but it totally works. I did that for that picture on Facebook. That's my new post that Casey took in front of the green screen, and I look fabulous in that picture. I am never getting rid of it.
I love it. I know. I did notice somebody was talking about doing whatever to the green screen behind it. I was like, "Ooh, go for it! I want to see what."
Seriously,
I was like, then maybe Bill can be an internet meme.
I would love to be an internet meme. I want to be. I'd be a meme.
A meme.
I want to be angry Bill instead of or grumpy Bill.
Grumpy Bill. Oh, so sad. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. So I looked today too to see if I could find an article whether it has, because it's been over a week.
Right.
And I didn't see that this guy has gotten his iPad back or whatever. And I thought of actually going and following him on Twitter just to kind of see what.
I'd be interested to know what happens.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, did you get it back?
I didn't even hear about it. Yeah.
It's funny.
Sometimes you wonder if that stuff is real. Let me just tell everybody that's listening, if you come across something like that and you haven't heard about it before and it's kind of shocking and you're like, how could somebody do that? Go to Snopes.com, SNOPES.com, and research it for yourself before you pass it along, because you'd be surprised how much crap's rolling around. We were just laughing at the break about this post that 84,000 people have liked that say that as soon as Obama's health care takes effect on March the 23rd, we all have to get implanted with an RFID chip with our health care information. That is total bull crap.
Exactly.
That is not true whatsoever. Like, if something like that was happening, you'd have heard about it on the news. Okay, you don't have to rely on Facebook for that kind of information.
Maybe I
did. Maybe
because I had to give my fingerprints at
the driver's license. You always have to do that now.
Well, maybe they implanted something.
They did not.
Let's see. I don't feel anything in there.
They're all like, but the whole post is like, it's 666, and 84,000 people have liked it.
Yeah.
Seriously?
All I know, that's.
Doesn't anybody have Google at their house?
All I know, I like the people that get the cyanide implanted here.
Oh.
So that they can,
Really?
Yeah, well, it's for spies.
Oh, I never heard of that. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
I just saw it in a movie.
They just bite it?
And then you bite it and...
Oh, what if you get your hand caught in a door? That would be unfortunate.
And then... and there goes,
You only know for about 2 seconds, and then you're gone. So it doesn't
I think it's probably Thor. But I mean, speaking of the internet even, no matter what you put out there, someone's going to pick you up like that. You know? Well, okay, so for instance, Justin Bieber... I posted some trashy shit about
Lindsay Lohan.
Which, I mean, it's justified.
He's totally right. Did you see the new booking photo of her? I mean, she looks like she is cracked out. Get your shit together. You're almost 30. Seriously.
Even if you're going to take a post down, you have all these followers.
You can't just take a post down.
Somebody's made a screen print of it.
Once it goes out into the feed, it's out there. You can delete it when people try to link back to it and it's gone. Mm-hmm. But once it goes out to someone's stream, it's out there. You can't just make it unhappen.
Because I think it was
It's like trying to take vomit back. It doesn't work.
Right. Oh, no.
Seriously.
No, thanks. But Lindsay.
We've tried.
Poor stupid Lindsay.
Now she has to go to a locked-in rehab facility for 90 days.
Yeah.
She is. I'm sorry.
She needs it.
I feel sorry for her. She was such a cute, promising little girl, and Hollywood turned her to shit. And she'll never get her crap together. I don't think she will. I think she is a loser. That's my opinion.
Well, and she misses all these. She misses all these flights because she's out partying, and then
she misses court dates because she lies to the court when she's going to be in paparazzi photos at clubs when she's saying, "Oh, I'm this or whatever." She's ridiculous.
Well. Yeah, she's stupid.
That's how much of a bubble she lives in. I want to be that rich where I live in a bubble like that, where people tell me everything I do is okay, and I think I am fabulous because that's probably what she thinks.
She thinks that she's.
I just feel sorry for her.
They just think that they're untouchable because of the way that they were kind of, raised and everything.
Well, even Justin Bieber's kind of getting like that with his little rant about her.
Well, and that's why I think that he was bitching because people are comparing him to her. It's like, well, no, okay, yes, you're 19, but you're starting to get out of control.
But he's at clubs getting drunk and stuff. Hello, you're 19. You can't legally be at a club. We understand that you're a pop star, but and they wouldn't let his underage friend in.
Yeah.
Hello. You're a movie star or whatever you are, a music star, but that's their livelihood. That is totally self-centered. I'm sorry. That is what celebrity is. It's all about them. I don't think they're all like that, but I think most of them are like that.
I remember going to a club when I was, I think I had turned 21, But we were in Hollywood, and we went to the club where all the 90210 kids hung out.
Oh, really?
And like at the time, Tori Spelling was only like 17 or 18, and this was a 21 and up club. And you know, they were up there in the
That's
balcony.
Hollywood for you.
They were up in the balcony having their drinks and doing whatever, and all of us lowlifes were down on the main
You're
floor.
like, hi, Tori.
Like, hey.
I love you.
Hey, Shannon Doherty. You know, and be like, hi, Shannon. What's up?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Exactly. Like, hey, girl. Hey. But
no, that's funny.
But yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of it's sad to like the Hollywood lifestyle. I think it can be bad on kids. Like
it really can. I'm sorry. Well, okay. Do you want my professional opinion on that?
Sure, let's have a
Here's what happened.
opinion.
Because, okay.
Opinion.
A long time ago, as a matter of coincidence, my ex-wife and I and my mother and my 2 kids took an Amtrak back to New York. The girl sitting behind me is this little 12-year-old girl that had just filmed this movie called The Parent Trap. And her name was Lindsay Lohan. And I partied and smoked with her uncle down in the smoking car. And he was hot, as I recall, nonetheless. But I was married at the time. It wasn't like, you know, like nothing happened. It was just like we partied and like we were 2 guys hanging out. But whatever. She was like this precocious, cute little girl. You know what I'm saying? And like her mom was so about who she was, her daughter. And like I really think that's the problem with Lindsay Lohan. Her mom got caught up in the whole stardom because Lindsay was like this cute little girl. She's like, oh, I just filmed this movie. And she was like so humble about it. Like she truly was. She was like the cutest little girl. And like, I should have got her autograph, but I kind of didn't believe her a little bit, you know, because like I'm on a train. Like movie stars take planes, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Anyway, so like she was really cute. And like it was a nice little trip. Like we all were from Chicago to New York. We were all together on the same train. And anyways, like she was a good girl, but her mom was all like, "Oh yes, and we met so and so, and we met so and so, and we met so and so," and she was so full of herself when it wasn't about her. It was about your daughter, and like she just had this movie, you know, and like that's what's wrong with Lindsay Lohan is that her mom was starstruck and like became like the stereotypical like management mom or whatever you call them, like you know that they're moms of kids that are famous, you know, whatever. You know, and like that's what's wrong with Lindsay Lohan because her mom was all caught up in it and she didn't raise her daughter right. I'm sorry, I'm going on the record saying it, and that's exactly what happened because she was the cutest little girl and she was polite and she was sweet and that is not who she is now.
My hair,
you know,
jacked up. Something's wrong. Something's bugging me.
It's not crooked at least. It's this right here. Hold on.
Like something's bugging me.
There you go. That's better.
Okay, thanks.
But you're kind of crooked.
I'm a little crooked.
You need to like go that way. There you go. That's better.
Am I better?
That's better.
Am I better? Do I look good?
You look fabulous.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, it's almost time.
Isn't it terrible that I feel sorry for her, though? Like, I don't expend a lot of energy on Lindsay Lohan. Trust me. I truly don't. I
would rather not, but it seems like every week there's something new. I mean, I guess that's all the gossip things have to talk about because she is still out there doing stupid shit. Like, but...
Let me ask you a question about myself.
Okay.
Let's put it out here for everybody to know. Does that make me a Republican that I think it's the parents' fault that kids turn out like that? Because that scares me.
I don't think that's a Republican or Democrat thing.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
All right. Because like I worry about that. Well, because Democrats are all about it takes a village. And Republicans are all about its personal responsibility.
Oh, well then I'm a Republican too.
Okay,
because
it is personal. Like you're responsible for how you raise your children.
Your fucking child. I'm not going to raise your goddamn child.
Yeah, and you shouldn't expect society to do that for you, or teachers who make very little money for as hard as they work and for shaping the minds of our future.
I mean, sure, okay, a teacher, sure. I don't think a teacher has a responsibility. The teacher has the responsibility of, you know, teaching, providing information to that child, but they don't have the responsibility of disciplining or
no, you know, and like no, they don't, and they shouldn't be disciplining your children. Your children, when your children act up at school, you should be punishing them at home.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it shouldn't be okay for them to do that. Teachers shouldn't have to be scared for themselves when they're at school because the child's going to act out.
I remember, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade, but we were allowed to be paddled.
We were allowed to be paddled when I was in elementary school. That is a true story.
Catholic school.
And we were a lot better back then. Yeah. And I was in public education. I was I was at Starline Elementary, Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, I was in public school too, but I mean, Catholic school, too.
Well, Catholic school, they'd hit you anywhere with
Hit
a
you
ruler
anywhere.
on your
I
wrist.
mean,
You know, like
I
my
got-
dad has a scar right here from where the nun pulled his ear so hard she
Oh my
pulled his
gosh.
earlobe away from his ear. My biological dad, he wasn't my
Yeah.
dad. My dad passed away. Blah blah blah. Long
I
story.
have friends that would talk about getting like whacked in the head with the ruler and like back on the back.
I mean, that's how they did. But you behaved.
Yeah, you did.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not, like, for, like, abuse. I don't think that was abuse, personally. But that
No, I
made
think
children
it's
behave. Now they're all coddled. Everybody gets a trophy for showing up.
Right.
Everyone thinks they're wonderful. You have to experience some bullying in life to understand life. You can't do away with all this bullying. Like, kids are kids, and they're going to be mean. And,
Exactly.
like, people are, like, so, like, anti-everything anymore. It's so politically correct.
Right.
It's ridiculous. That's why kids go out and shoot up schools. They don't learn
'Cause they don't
real
learn.
life.
Well, I remember, like, I don't ever remember getting. Well, we didn't get participation for like track and field.
Absolutely
day.
not.
We didn't get participation.
You pass?
I had several like events that I knew I was good at, so I would always like sign up for those. So I knew that I would get like the number one. So I would
The
get,
number
like,
that is terrible.
So that I would get the blue ribbon for it because I knew.
Oh,
Because I knew I was good.
sure.
Like there was one like the frisbee toss or whatever, and I was good. I could
frisbee toss.
Seriously,
Is that like
toss.
frisbee golf? Is it kind of the same
It
thing?
kind of was. Well, I mean, it was it's sort of like a shot put toss, but it was with a frisbee. And every year, like first through sixth grade, I think I actually got the blue ribbon on that one. And I think maybe one year I got like third place, and I was pissed. So
Don't be pissed.
But I mean, there was like the 100-yard dash or like certain things like that too that you did. And
Absolutely.
it was track and field day.
I was
Hooray.
never a good athlete. I wasn't. Like, I was the stereotypical, apparently, little fag in school because I was always the last one picked. And, like, I was friends with the girls. And I wasn't, like, flamboyant. Like,
Yeah.
I dressed like all the guys. I acted like them and stuff. But it's just how I naturally was, I was, I don't know. It was just weird. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, my goodness. What were we talking
I don't
about?
know. We were talking about participation and stuff.
Oh yeah,
You
like
were-
I never was like the one
didn't
that was
get-
picked in sports or anything, and like I was never any good at them. So I guess I was stereotypical that I wasn't good at them, but like I could never climb the rope. That was the
I
worst
could
thing
never
ever.
either, or do
oh my
the-
god, that's so terrifying,
and
and it's so tall.
It's so high. It
was like-
I hated like shirts and skins day.
Me too. I was the fat kid.
Me too. I was the fat kid.
I was the
in
fat kid.
Elementary school, and every
You were
time-
not. You're so fucking skinny.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
I mean,
no,
freaking
was-
skinny.
I was chunky monkey and like.
I remember
elementary
my
school,
mom
but-
bought me the wrestlers from Sears, and they were corduroy, and it was like.
Oh yeah. And it like wears.
When you'd walk,
it wears out. In the
Your legs are on fire if you walk too quickly. I'm just saying, don't run because you'll start a fire.
But yeah, I could never do that damn rope. I could never do the pull up.
I was just not very
And
good at sports.
It didn't matter any time that it was shirts and skins. I always got skins. Like,
Sometimes I was
seriously?
shirts, but yeah, that didn't. And it's always like that's when when that kind of stuff started happening. That's when those differences happened in school. When there were this crowd and that crowd, because before that you were all friends.
Because you didn't, yeah, you were
You
all
were
friends
all
in
friends,
elementary,
like
yeah.
you were when you were like third grade and like
Uh-huh.
younger than that. Like it didn't. There wasn't like the cool kids and the uncool
Right.
kids. Everyone was everyone. But then it like happened, and then like that's your whole life for like 10 years, and
Right.
then you get out of school and none of that shit
And none of it.
matters. If you are in high school listening to this, none
It
of that
doesn't
stuff
matter.
matters. It's all like I don't even talk to I talk to. Okay, well, I'm friends with several people on Facebook that I went to school
Yeah.
with, but like I'm really close friends with 2 people that I went to high school with.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like it does not matter. Like you'll move on and you'll be your own person. And you'll be okay for being your own person. You can be who you want, and you don't have to pretend to be somebody else. Because that's how that's the experience
That's
a lot of people
exactly
have,
right.
and that's why people are so anti-bullying because they don't want people to feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that I think builds character. I'm sorry, I went through that,
does, yeah,
and it
I
made
think
me
so
a better
too,
person
yeah.
because I didn't want to be those people
Mm-hmm.
that treated people like crap. Like I think it's a good thing for people to go through. I'm sorry, I'm not pro-bullying. I'm not trying to say
right,
that.
no,
but
no.
I'm saying it serves its purpose. We learn lessons from that.
I remember I bullied a kid, and a few of us did one day, and he next thing I know, his mom and dad are like at my house.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy shit, you're in trouble.
I would have done that for my
Yeah.
kids. I absolutely
And,
would have.
But yeah, so that was. But then I mean, once I got to,
I think the parents. Okay, maybe I'm naive for thinking this.
I was the mean girl in high school.
Were you really?
Sure. Oh God, yeah.
I would never think
like
that about you. I would never think that about her.
By my senior year, I wasn't, because I kind of realized at that time, like,
I got caught up in that,
ridiculous.
trying to be one of the in-crowd kids and stuff, and was kind of an asshole for a couple years. But, you know, like, it didn't matter. Like, the friends that I'm friends with, we were, like, the kids that were not the coolest kids. We weren't, like, the worst kids at school. We were, like, the average kids that got lost in the middle or whatever. But, like, they've been some of the best friends of my life. And we have turned into fantastic people. Like, I'm so proud to know them, and like I'm so glad that they're my friends still, you know. And like, we were just good people back then, you know. We weren't those shallow, like, it's all about like Romy and Michelle, you know, when they had their reunion, and there's all these like stereotypical like plastic bitches, and like those people are all like, they have like 6 kids and stuff, and they're total bitches on Facebook all the time, bitching about everything, you know. Wow. Life happens. Make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's definitely... I'm
not bitter, though, obviously.
I still see kind of like some of the separation of some of the Facebook friends and everything.
You know,
like,
it's funny because
these were the popular kids.
Yeah.
This was the...
Well, I'm friends with all those people now, and like I see their photos where they were all together, like their senior year, and they were like the coolest people ever. And it's like, I don't dislike them, but like I'm really not friends with them. I'm acquaintances with them, and I think you could be acquaintances with a lot of people on Facebook. That's kind of what Facebook is for. Like, we're not friends because of Facebook. We're friends on Facebook, but we're friends. You know, like Facebook is just a thing that we met over
before
here.
Facebook. It was even.
We kind of did. We met when MySpace was cool.
MySpace wasn't even around yet.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? I don't think so.
Maybe not. No.
I think we met.
I'm talking like 2004 is when we met. So like 9 years. Oh my God. We've known each other for a long time. God, you're freaking old. Jesus Christ.
Well, on that note, we're going to call it.
Let me just tell everybody how much I love Sharon, because I truly do. And please don't forget to check out our sponsors. I know they just kind of roll through at the credits, but we totally appreciate them. And please, like, send us some email and stuff, and follow us on Twitter, and we'll follow you back, and... You know, it's a good time. And like, thank you for listening to our rantings and ravings.
Send us, you know, comments and questions and topics. If you have a topic you want us to...
Because we are interested. Like, we really think... Okay, let me just speak for us right now. When I say we really think we talk about things that are relevant to, like, what the gay community is going through. You know, like, you know, the superficial shit, the real, like, bone stuff. Like, we try to get it all in there. But, like, if there's things we should be talking about, we're not. Please let us know, because we totally will.
We would definitely love to talk about it. Well, and then, I know there's some things that I don't want to talk about, but you know,
we get a little personal sometimes. We're trying to get away from that.
We can, but
we do.
Yeah, sometimes we get like.
That's because we're 2 girlfriends sitting here talking. Right. I'm just saying, and that's what happens.
Exactly,
it's like it's organic, and that's
2 girlfriends sitting talking and recording it for the world to see,
for good and for bad.
Oh Lordy, my goodness!
But thank you guys so much for watching. We couldn't do it without you guys, and we totally appreciate you.
Very much appreciate it, and I guess we'll see you.
We'll see you next week.
See you real soon.
Oh, when we see you next week, civil union, maybe we'll be engaged. Yeah. Hey, you never know. I'm just saying.
Might be engaged.
You might see it on my Facebook status.
I'm going to engage the shit out of everyone this weekend.
I'm going to engage everybody. I'm going to be like, totally marrying you.
Friday night.
Oh, like crazy like.
When we're at Bear Dance Friday.
Let's do it. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Union.
We're going to put it all over Facebook. It's going to be great.
All right. Civil union.
We love you guys.
Okay, love you.
We'll see you later.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.